live video recognition with unicorns. That was not part of the deal, Ollie. That was not disclosed to me. Could you have picked any other mythical animal, maybe like a Yeti or a Chewbacca or something that no one would believe, like a thin American? Could we have done that? My little warm-up joke. Do not let the mouth-breathing Yankee accent fool you. We actually are a New Zealand-based business. I just happened to come over the pond and talk about this. So with no further ado, Magic Memories is a company based in New Zealand that you guys probably haven't heard of our brand, but you probably are familiar with our products. We've been around for a number of years, kind of over 23 years. We're in 200 different venues around the planet, 10 different countries, 180-ish million or so memories we've captured over the years. 2,500 employees all around the planet. But what do? What we do is we take your picture. If you guys have ever been to the Sydney Zoo, we've probably taken a picture of you, probably with some Australian animal that was trying to eat you for lunch, which is what I think all of your Australian animals want to do to us. But we've taken your photo and we've probably provided it to you in a number of different forms. If you're an FCB Barcelona fan, which I think is a sport you use your feet on, again, don't know, dumb American, we will generate a VR 360 experience for you where you feel like you're on the field. It's pretty cool. Also, next time you're in California, where I hail from, you can go to Legoland, and we can take your photo or a photo of your mother-in-law and spray it onto Lego bricks for you to take home and enjoy forevermore. Hope my mother-in-law is watching this. How do we do this? How do we create these lasting memories? We capture photos of you anywhere you're smiling. So that could be in line waiting for a ride. It could be when you get to the location. It could be on the ride itself or in these studios that we set up with green screens. We then try to, in every kind of mechanism we can think of, get you to consume these photos. It could be when you're leaving a ride. It could be at a self-serve kiosk. It could be when you go home. Right? It could be with our staff on site. And then we give you a bunch of different mechanisms to connect. So we'll give you like a little card that's got a one-time GUID on it that's related to your photos. We have RFID wristbands. We do cross-promotion bundling with our partners. We also have these kind of seasonal events. So when a holiday's coming up, maybe it's Christmas time, we'll send you some things that are kind of compelling and interesting around that. Our traditional kind of AWS usage, we've built our business, like most of you, and certainly like many other folks out there, have built our business on top of AWS core services. And these are things like S3, right? So S3 stores all of our smiles. And this is my only, I promise, my only Richard Stallman GNU's not Unix reference in this whole deck. So please enjoy it. Everybody needs a recursive acronym in their deck. EC2 to process and deliver our memories. We use CloudFormation for scalable processing to make sure that we can scale up. We have seasonal customers, right? Weekends are important. Their holiday times are important, so we scale up automatically. And we use elastic load balancing to ensure availability across all of our solutions. And then a handful of other services, certainly like Redshift and RDS for our data management, and VPC for networks across all of our different regions. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you guys about today, right? This is what we've built our business on over the past number of years. But with the new services, we've been able to easily integrate and leverage the application-specific services that Amazon offers. And this is what's really cool. So I think about what's our superpower, right? What's our superpower at Magic Memories? It's memories, it's photos. We have tons of photos of people at different attractions with their families, smiling, having a good time. And we think about, okay, we've got these photos. What can we do with them? How can we add more value to our guests, right? To our customers. You heard Ty talk about earlier, put your customer first. That's something we think about a lot. We think about how we can get to their friends and family. We think about how we can get to our partners and better, give our partners a better experience with this data. And then also just our service in general. And we worked with the folks, our AWS solutions team, and they suggested we look at recognition. And we started playing around with recognition. We found pretty quickly that this could solve very easily a number of challenges we've had in the business really from day one. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of these right now. Off the top, this is a problem we've had pretty much forever. So when performed manually, discovering and relating photos back to the actual consumer can be difficult. People lose their cards, their wristbands stop working, maybe their email address changes. With recognition, we can identify these photos from our guests based on their faces and group them together. And this is really compelling, especially when you think about it over time and over distance. So you may go to a park or an attraction or an aquarium again 6 months later. Maybe you're a season pass holder. I can help tie those together using recognition. Across distance, different locations. We're in 200 attractions, over 200 attractions around the planet. We can start tying those together using recognition. We didn't have to do any heavy lifting. AWS did that all for us. And we bolted it right on to our existing core systems. Another challenge we have is we have limited time and resources to put together these images for you, right? Maybe you're at a theme park, you're at Legoland, your kids are pulling you to the next ride. You don't really want to spend time to get that book. So we usually use staff and some technology to sprint through that as fast as we can. Recognition has allowed us to do further analysis so that we can better group and collate these. That's incredibly valuable to us at virtually no cost, and certainly no real investment on our end. But even more interesting is a whole new product offering, something we weren't really thinking of. Frankly, without these types of services, we wouldn't have been able to provide. And this is around a partner-facing product where we have photos. We have literally hundreds of millions of faces in our S3 storage buckets. So what can we do with this, right? We think about guest metrics. So this could be anything from determining group size, determining flow rate, time of day, when people are coming in. We already have all this data, we just haven't made sense of it yet. Recognition helps us make sense of it. Where this gets pretty cool is I can take a guy like Ollie, for example, and I can say, well, maybe yesterday you had 1 unicorn show up, or maybe you had 6. I don't know, but I can tell you from the photos. That's pretty compelling. But we can even go further with recognition. I'm getting a blob of data back. That blob of data tells me a lot about the people, or in this case, unicorns, that are in it. So I can break it up into cohorts. And maybe it's not a unicorn. Maybe it's a normal. I don't know. Pretty sure it'll tell me, right? But where this gets incredibly interesting, and personally the thing I like the most about it, is determining engagement. If you've worked with any large brands, engagement's really important. And trying to figure out if folks are engaged is tough. Excuse me. You do like CSAT scores, you'll do a whole bunch of other tests. That can be a challenge. What we do is we can take these photos, we don't have to do much, we hand them off to recognition, they give us back a JSON blob, and they tell us if people are happy, what their sentiment is. And that's incredibly valuable because the only thing worse than a unicorn, that makes no sense, is a sad unicorn. So we try to avoid that at all possible costs. We can provide this data back to our partners using recognition and some basic aggregation. Excuse me. So anyway, with that, very much appreciate your time. We are Magic Memories. We are one of the, we like to think the originators of the Smile logo. And at the end of the day, we love our friends at AWS. Thank you very much.